Good morning, Shoshana. Sorry, I'm turning this in late. It just how it is right now. But regarding this week's lab assignment in the community genograms, I'm working with Siobhan, which is really awesome because we're both here in the city, so we're able to meet up and do all of these in person, which is really, really phenomenal considering that all of the other work with partners have been at a distance. So it's nice to kind of test those waters IRL, you know? So kind of in reflecting with Siobhan about how it was to have as her as my client, she spoke about she said that I was very grounding and that she gets a little flustered and kind of rush through things. And so I was able to be like, well, wait, let's take a second and look at this again. And kind of keeping her paced in her discussions and her assessments of what she had done and how she had done it. So I suppose regarding like active listening skills that are helpful for me, I really was trying to pull. I think I'm very similar to her, and I get very wordy, and it takes me a long time to sort things out. And so finding a way to kind of help someone funnel that language into one specific idea or concept can feel calming to have somebody be like, oh, so is this what you mean, in a very simplified way. So I was definitely doing a lot of kind of that back channeling of like, or when there was something that really came forward, I was like, I feel you, and really being as present and interactive and energetic as I could. And then would ask her, okay, so we've really been talking about this very specifically, are the details within these communities, and are you seeing any connections between these two that you're talking about, or what about this one that you haven't really talked about? Like, how are those connected in ways of maybe looking at just the little details, hoping to see if through getting her to kind of pull back a little bit, if she could see any sort of similarities or kind of a cadence or a rhythm that's between all of these different things. I guess one thing that Siobhan said was really helpful was when we were talking about things that she was getting excited about and really speaking really fast, or was uncomfortable with and would be looking down and would be like fuddling with something. I would ask her just to take a second and see where I hear you're talking about knowing. Okay, when you know something, where do you feel that? And asking her to kind of like take a step back, go inside, feel, get that like mind or that body check-in. And she said that was really helpful for her grounding and kind of building a new language, which I was like, woohoo, I like that, it's working, because I know that that's helpful to me. If I were to do a retake of the session, I suppose I would like to maybe have expanded it and given her an opportunity to make any changes to her genogram through being, I'm giving you permission. Do we want to change this at all? Does this look okay for you? And giving her the opportunity to physically alter and change her genogram, as opposed to just like working off of what was already there. So I guess that would be something I would be interested in doing. one thing that Siobhan and I kind of unraveled and unpacked a little bit is because we are friends. She said that there is a definite distinction in roles in which chatting with her as, you know, a therapist versus chatting with her as just her friend Karen, she said was definitely different, and that we were talking about how do you show up as yourself, but as the healer self or as the container self. And especially with a person who I do have countertransference with and somebody I am close with, I don't want to be pulling in. I found myself consciously, very actively, like not pulling in stuff per se that maybe as a friend I would know and have insight in, and leaving that out and only addressing what she's bringing in and bringing up right now. And that's something that I'm talking about in my therapy is like, how do we hold space in a healing capacity to know like what's mine and what's yours? So I definitely was conscious of that while I was working with her. So it was interesting that she brought it up as like, you're definitely different as therapist Karen. But yeah, I guess that's all. Thank you for listening. Sorry it's late. Happy Saturday!